Welcome to Tech News Briefing. It's Wednesday, November 22nd. I'm Julie Chang for The Wall Street Journal. The holiday shopping season kicks off Friday. Each year, our personal tech team puts together a guide with the best tech gifts to give your loved ones. Last week, Cordilia James, who is part of our personal tech team, came on the show to tell you about some of the smarter gifts you can give that use artificial intelligence, like a smart bird feeder or an AI version of the game Pictionary. Cordilia is back with us for part 2 of our special AI gift series. She's been looking into services you can use to fix or improve photographs. Cordilia, before we get into the different tools, can you tell us, why did you decide to focus on photo restoration?
Around this time of year, you have families often coming together, and some of that time might be revisiting memories of the past. So even though you have all these photos that you love and hold dear, they can crack, fade, and kind of mess up over time. And so in the past, it was really complicated and really hard to be able to restore photos back to their original level of quality. And over the years, of course, we have like more technical advancements. We have Photoshop and things, but that can be really intimidating for users. And so now with advancements in AI, it's a lot easier for the everyday person to tweak their photos and make them look good as new.
Okay, so let's get into some of those tools. The first thing I think of when it comes to photo restoration is fixing damaged photos. What are some services that are out there to fix those?
When it comes to fixing damaged photos, one that has really caught my eye was Adobe Firefly's generative fill feature. It can help repair some of the most damaged of photos. So those that maybe it's really hard to recognize a person's face or some other features, this AI tool understands the image enough to know what was probably there. So if you have a photo that's totally ruined, just with a couple of clicks, you could have the photo at least somewhat close to what it was before.
Say you don't necessarily need to fix an image, but you do want to give it a touch up or you want to edit it. What can you use in those situations?
Two tools that really caught my eye include MyHeritage and PhotoScan by PhotoMine. So when it comes to enhancing photos, both of these tools do it really well. PhotoScan especially, you can adjust how sharp you want some of those photos to be. So if it's pretty blurry or whatever, if you want to see all the way to like the details of maybe the bags under your eyes or something, that tool allows you to do that. MyHeritage is also really helpful in the sense that maybe you have a couple of tears or scratches on your face, maybe from just creases from that photo again over time. That light wear damage, that app can detect some of those scratches and remove them so that your photos can look good as new. Both of those tools also can adjust color, whether it's adding color to black and white images or just adjusting maybe that sepia tone that you have and you want it to be a little more vibrant or colorful. Both of those tools can help add that color and bring that life back into your photos. PhotoScan, again, much like its enhancement feature, has different variations of how much color you want to add back into them.
Cordelia, you also found some programs that can take your photos and then take them a step further. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, so there are some tools that can bend reality a little bit. So with MyHeritage and in PhotoScan, they have different animation style tools you can add. So if you want to have a picture of your grandma and see her like laughing or something, sometimes they look kind of weird, but sometimes they can be really fun to add to your photos. PhotoScan also added this AI couples portrait feature in which you can take, like what I did when I was like testing this out, I took images of my mom from when she was around my age, and then images of myself recently, and the AI will generate you guys together as though you're in a portrait. Sometimes it gets some details wrong, maybe hair textures and whatnot, but overall it's still pretty cool to bring people together in a way that you wouldn't be able to see them before otherwise. One other feature that I just want to highlight too is that Firefly's generative fill can also be used to remove people from photos.
Some listeners may be concerned about privacy when it comes to uploading personal photos to these AI programs. Are there any privacy risks that should be considered?
So, of course, all of these tools are a lot of fun, but it is really important to read the fine print of the companies that you plan on uploading your precious family photos, the images of your loved ones into these services. A lot of them say that they either don't use your data to either train their systems or they're not planning on selling them, but you should still be aware of the risks. Most importantly, just make sure that you're understanding what you're getting yourself into, as well as just be aware that things might potentially change with how your data is used.
That was Cordilia James with our personal tech team. And that's it for Tech News Briefing. Today's show was produced by Anthony Bancy with supervising producer Melanie Roy. I'm Julie Chang for the Wall Street Journal. Thanks for listening and have a happy holiday.